Welcome everyone to my channel. If you haven't been here before, pull up a seat, sit down. We are going to talk about The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring by j.r.r. Tolkien. I have finished this book. Technically, I've already started the second book, The Two Towers. And let me just say, I don't know why I'm still reading it. To be honest, I am enjoying the audible of it. I guess that's what's really going on. I've watched the movies, and I've never watched them over again. Never went back and rewatched them. Never became obsessed with the movies, with the show, with the video games, with the books themselves. I've never actually read the books before, so this is my first read-through of them, and I figure I'm just going to read through them and probably unhaul, because I'm not going to read again. Just like I'm not watching the movies again. I'm not the biggest fan, but I wanted to read it to say I read it, because I knew my mother enjoyed this series. That's the reason why I watched it. Okay, it's the reason why I watched the movies was because of her. So the greatest fantasy epic of our time. The dark, fearsome ring rats are searching for a hobbit. Frodo Baggins knows that they are seeking him and the ring he bears, the ring of power that will enable the Dark Lord Sauron to destroy all that is good in Middle-earth. Now it is up to Frodo and his faithful servant Sam, with a small band of companions, to carry the ring to the one place it can be destroyed, Mount Doom, in the very heart of Sauron's realm. j.r.r. Tolkien loves to just put a bunch of shit into the book. No, I'm not saying that any of it's not good or that it's bad or anything like that, and the adventure is ticking, but literally they don't start adventuring and leaving the Shire until later in the book than I thought they would. Let me see if I can't find the index for this. Okay, what I mean by the adventure, I mean, like, yes, he leaves the Shire within the third book, so about 72 pages in. He finally leaves the Shire, which is even less than that, because we got prologue and the note on the Shire records. So, from page 21 to page 72, he's in the Shire. A birthday party with Bilbo Baggins, who's extremely old, life's extended by the ring, slows a party with him and Frodo. It leaves everything that he owns to Frodo, disappears, takes the ring off after he disappeared to go talk to Gandalf. Gandalf convinces him to leave the ring behind to Frodo, because that's the whole reason why he's old and his body doesn't show it. It's because the ring is extending his life and it's time for him to pass on the ring. So he passes it on to Frodo. Leaves it to Frodo. And then weeks, months go by before Gandalf returns and says, Frodo, you have to leave. We have to make a journey. We have to go to Mount Doom to destroy this ring. And so Frodo pretends like he's leaving to go to another place to live, and sells off everything, gives away his home, takes what he needs, and puts the rest to new town in the Shire, so that way people think that's just where he's going. And Merry and Pippin, who are hobbits, friends of his, I'm going to assume, move all the stuff there, and they get there before him to the place. And then there's a big ass journey to it. Now, what comes out of it is that Samwise was listening in, and he wants to journey wherever his master goes, because he faithfully serves Frodo. I don't know why. Samwise is a little strange, and his wanting to be with Frodo all the time. So those two make their way there. They get followed by some black riders that creep them out. They meet up with some elves. Frodo, Pippin, Merry, and Sam all together decide that they need to go to Rivendell. And that's what they do. They travel their way to Rivendell, coming across all kinds of difficulties, especially with those black riders. But they do make it to Rivendell, and then there's a council meeting, and the council meeting's all about making the fellowship. So they haven't even actually started the trip to Mount Doom yet. Like, that's literally why the adventure hasn't really began, is because it hasn't started. And it doesn't start until like page 305 out of 400 and some odd pages, almost 500 pages. They don't start their journey until 305, the actual official journey. And a lot of it's just celebrations and the journey to Rivendell. They meet Strider, who is actually Aragorn, who was told to meet up with them. So they meet with Boromir, Gimli, Legolas, and they all decide that they're going to go on this trip. And then they make the trip. And then they go, when the trip is they get into cross this bridge, go into this forest, meet forest dwellers, leave the forest, cross this big ass river, and then the fellowship breaks. It was interesting to listen to the 22 and some odd hours that I listened to it. It was interesting, and I enjoyed it in its own way. But I'm not going to go back through and reread it. Like, the beginning of the journey. This is literally the beginning of the journey, and it's a long-ass journey, and I knew that. But the journey I thought was going to be, like, started way earlier with the perils and the near-death dying situations and all that stuff. Because at the end of this, the breaking of the fellowship is literally the breaking of the fellowship. Which I don't understand why it's called the breaking of the fellowship. Besides the fact that Boromir had been like all up in on Frodo because of the Ring of Power, and he wanted to use it for his people, and Frodo took off. And that was the end of it. Really, really strange. Who was my favorite character? I don't think I had a favorite character. But my least favorite character is Sauron. Not Sauron, but what is his name? Solomon? The White Wizard, who apparently is not white, that Gandalf trusted. Because he betrays Gandalf. And he wants the ring for himself. Which is stupid. Because you know how dangerous the ring is, but you want the ring for yourself? Like, come on, man. You should know that it's stupid. It's a stupid idea. It's a stupid thing to covet and want. 24/7, just all that is. What did I think of it? Of the ending of the book? Well, shit. Frodo's gone. Hope somebody go after him, because like he cannot do things by himself. He is just a small ass hobbit. He can't do anything. He don't have no sword abilities. He's got no thinking brains. He's just a hobbit who's used to living in comfort and security and safety and not traveling by himself to the most dangerous place in the world to destroy a ring. Literally, why would you think you can do this alone, Frodo? Are you that dumb? I understand you don't want to put the rest of the people in danger because of the way the Boromir acted. Like, seriously, I understand that. But Legolas was ready for this adventure. Aragorn wanted to be part of it because he wanted to protect you. I mean, Gandalf was lost because he fell in the caves of Moria. But still, Gimli was even there going along for a while. And Merry, Pippin, and Sam, they followed you into danger, knowing it was going to be danger. Why would they want you to go off by yourselves? Oh my god. Why? That's literally what I gotta say about that. And it's a long ass book, but a lot of it is just them lurching from one trouble to the next, because it's just the way it is. Did it live up to my expectations? Did it entertain me as much as I thought it would? Yes. Was it any better than I thought it was going to be from the movie? Not really. Because those movies are 2 hours long. I don't know what you want from me. Those are 2 hour long movies, and there's 3 of them, and I watched all of them, and I will sell you. About the same. About the same. In my opinion. Okay. What stood out as memorable? Frodo is a hell of a lot braver than Bilbo. and does not need as much pushing as Bilbo did for certain things. Basically, Frodo was like, if I must, I must. And that was it. Bilbo was like, wait, what? No, I'm not doing this. And then goes along with it anyways. Weird, okay? Just weird. That way that is. But they did meet up with Bilbo. And then they learned about Smeagol. Smeagol got away. Smeagol started acting like a normal person. But Smeagol got away. And they found out the ring. We had a tale of what happened with the ring. And how the ring got from where it was, where it should have been, all the way to Frodo. Which was a long-ass tale. And a lot of it contained Smeagol. Or, Gum! This dude who's reading this to me, the dude who I listened to the Audible for this, very, very good. He is very, very good at reading this Audible. That's why the only reason why I actually continued listening. It was because of the Audible. Really, that's literally the reason why I continued. And the reason why I'm continuing now is because I just love his acting. His voice acting. Like right now in the Two Towers, I've just gone past the trance for right now. Treebeard, he'll probably come back, but Treebeard is a slow talker, so he's literally talking slow to make it seem like it's a tree that does not hastily move forward. And it's really interesting how he does that. It's very interesting. And how does he remember voices? The voices are different. How do you remember which one has which type of high-pitched voice, low-pitched voice, grizzly voice? You know, and how do you do all that shit? Because I can't do it very well. I know that much. I'm not very good at that. Okay. Did I have a favorite passage? No, I didn't. Did I have a favorite quote? Yes. And you want to know something? I do not like the fact that the book and the movie change it. It's changed. The movie changed it, and I like the movie version better. I don't know what to tell you, because it's basically you cannot pass when Gandalf is going up against the orcs. He literally says you cannot pass 4 times. 4 times he says you cannot pass. And in the movie it's, you shall not pass. I think that sounds so much fucking better. You shall not pass. It's not you cannot pass. It sounds better. Maybe that's why they did it in the movie. But it should have been in the book. It should have been part of the book. It should have been. It should have been. Okay, as you guys know, this is part of a series. It's called the Lord of the Rings series. Actually, technically, Lord of the Rings. It's one book. It's just split into 3 separate parts. Part 1, the Fellowship of the Ring. Part 2, the Two Towers. Part 3, the Return of the King. I forgot who the king was that's returning. That is something, huh? Oh, and it has a prequel called The Hobbit. So there you go. I'm in the middle of the Lord of the Rings. I'm like 4 hours into... Yeah, I think I'm like 4 hours. No, I'm 6 hours into the Two Towers. And I gotta tell you, it's a 20-hour book. And that's literally where I'm at. 6 hours. Like, what the fuck? This is like... I mean, like, I know some of it's not it, and it's a shorter book than the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, 398 pages, but still, I mean, like, this has also got book 3 and book 4. Book 2 was, like, very short, so, yeah, I already have a favorite quote stashed in this one, so, there you go. That's that. I believe I rated this a 3.25. Because like I said, I was never really been that interested in the Lord of the Rings. And I did watch the movies. I don't know who hasn't, to be honest. And though I enjoyed the movies for what they were, I'm not a fanatic. I'm not a big-ass fan. So reading the books and getting more details and more information is pretty good. And I mean, like, I don't remember anything from the movies, to be honest, besides that one scene with Gandalf and then walking through the woods, the forest. Yeah, that's about all I really remember. about the movies. I don't remember the conclusion. Oh, wait, no, I remember fire and a mountain and Smeagol going after the ring. A lot. That's what I really remember from the movies. That's all I know, really. Okay, so yeah, I'm in it, but I'm not, probably not, to be honest, not gonna keep these books. I'm probably gonna unhaul them in a free little library for somebody to pick up and enjoy, because The Hobbit is terribly ruined. And the spine on this one, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, you see that? That's from just me opening it up, trying to follow along, and finding out where I am in the book while I'm listening to it. Because I didn't even physically read this, and the spine is terribly destroyed by now. Those books are just, I don't know why they print them like that. Anyways, that's all I got for you. So if you guys think I deserve a like, comment, and a lovely subscription, why don't you go ahead and drop it down below. Don't hate me for not liking The Lord of the Rings as much as a lot of other people do. It's just my opinion, and I don't enjoy it as much as some people do. But I will definitely see you in the next illusion.